A criminal complaint and a lesser report look almost the same on paper. One creates a duty to act, the other does not. In the summer of 1999, 21-year-old Shiori Ino filed the first kind at Ageo Police Station in Saitama, naming the man stalking her as a documented active danger. Officers logged the second kind instead. 7 weeks after they downgraded her complaint, Shiori Ino was dead. Follow that document, and you find who downgraded it and what changed once the truth got out. Shiori Ino was 21, a second-year student at Atomi Gakuen Women's University, who caught her train through Okegawa Station in Saitama Prefecture most mornings. Earlier that year, she had dated Kazuhito Komatsu, who claimed to be a young entrepreneur in cars and real estate. He was running a chain of unlicensed brothels across Tokyo and Saitama with his firefighter brother Takeshi. She ended the relationship. Komatsu did not accept it. Flyers naming her began appearing outside her university gates and near her family's home, repeating invented, damaging claims, then turning up at the stations she used to commute, an organized campaign that widened week by week. Her family collected every flyer and photographed the walls where they appeared. Between summer and early autumn, Shiori's family returned to Ageo Police Station more than once, each visit carrying fresh flyers and proof the stalking was getting worse. Each time, officers gave the same answer. This was a dispute between a woman and her ex-boyfriend, they said. A private matter, not police business. Japanese policing at the time ran on a doctrine called Minji Fukainyu, civil non-intervention. Officers stayed out of anything that resembled a personal relationship, whatever the paperwork in front of them showed. The family kept going back anyway, filing report after report, building the paper trail they assumed the system would have to answer. On July 29, 1999, Shiori Ino walked into Ageo Police Station and filed a kokusojo, a formal criminal complaint naming Komatsu as an active, ongoing danger to her life. Her family stood behind her. 6 weeks later, officers logged that complaint as a higaitodoke, a lesser incident report carrying no legal duty to act, and no one outside the station saw the difference. 2 weeks after that, an officer visited Shiori's mother and pressed her to withdraw the complaint. She refused. The record officers kept on file now carried the weight of a form nobody was required to act on. 5 weeks after an officer pressed her mother to drop it, on October 26, 1999, Shiori Ino was killed near JR Okegawa Station in daylight, in a crowd of commuters heading to their trains. She was 21. The complaint Shiori had filed sat reclassified in a filing cabinet, downgraded to a record the state had decided not to escalate. Within days, a magazine reporter named Kiyoshi Shimizu, writing for Focus, began tracing the flyer campaign to its source. Working from copies the family had kept and interviews the police had never conducted, Shimizu named Komatsu and his associates before investigators announced a single suspect. His reporting forced Saitama Prefectural Police to explain what their own file said, and the downgraded complaint surfaced in the process. Local reporting says several officers faced discipline over the falsification. Komatsu himself never stood trial. He reportedly died before police could take him into custody. Saitama prosecutors separately arrested and tried associates connected to the killing and the flyer campaign, according to contemporaneous press coverage. Shimizu later published his own account of the investigation, a record that remains one of the primary sources for how the falsification came to light. The following year, Japan's parliament passed the Act on Regulation of Stalking Behavior, the country's first law written to police obsessive pursuit before it turns lethal. Its core provision targets the exact gap that failed. Shiori, it removes an officer's discretion to dismiss a stalking report as a private matter between two adults. A complaint that meets the law's definition now creates a duty to act. The law did not undo what happened inside Ageo Police Station. It closed the door marked civil, not police business, the same door a downgraded complaint once slipped through, letting a documented threat walk past every officer assigned to stop it. Stalking cases that followed showed the culture behind that door did not disappear overnight. Lawmakers have revised the statute's enforcement more than once in the years since. The verdict this case leaves open is whether paper alone can change practice.